Alright, you guys, it's time for Hate Week. Got the Texans. Shout out to Stephen Rose, a Texans fan that subscribed to me. He's in the TTC, all that. About the only Texans fan I know on YouTube. Basically, gonna be more of the same, I'm sure, with the Jaguars as this year. We're gonna lose by fucking 7 points or less, and we're going to do some stupid shit to fuck up at the end like we always seem to do. It is what it is. Not going to be able to run on this defense. Not going to be able to run at all on this defense, I'm sure. I'm not sure what the status of Chris Ivory is. I think he's playing. And then we got TJ Yeldon. I'm not sure if he's still back or not. Alan Hearns, I think, is returning. So, I think it's possible we can beat the Texans, but knowing us, knowing our fucking coaching staff, it's gonna get fucked up somehow. That's pretty much what it is, man. But honestly, I'm not even looking forward to any more wins. I'm expecting us to lose every single game we got left. I think all I'm really looking forward to is finally hearing that Gus Bradley's fired, and hoping somehow Yannick Ngakoue can get 10 sacks and still win Rookie of the Year this year. I mean, with 3 games left and him sitting on 6, it's possible, but I don't know if he can. But I don't know if he can do it. He's gonna have to get multiple sacks in at least one of the games. But I got faith in my man. I mean, he's been a fucking monster. He's been a force on this defense. Really, him and Malik Jackson are the only motherfuckers that can get sacks. So we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, not too much faith in this year. And then I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the hangout a little bit last night, because obviously emotions got the better of a lot of people in there and shit. A lot of people for some reason didn't like Ashgan, but you know, it really gets irritating at times trying to explain to people to look at every fucking aspect of why we are failing. And the truth of the matter is, whether you can't stand Blake Bortles, the defense, the coaching staff, the running game, the O-line, the fact of the matter is, they're all underachieving. And when all the units are underachieving, it goes back to the coach. It goes back to the coaching staff. Really, it goes back to the head coach, Gus Bradley. This whole fucking team is underachieving because of him. And like my man Jonas, like, dude, I love you, dude, but some shit that lately you've been on drinking the Bortles haterade a lot lately. Like, more so than even fucking Rando. Like, at least Rando is still switching up topics and talking about other aspects of the team. Basically, all I ever hear you say anymore is everything about Bortles being shit. That's all I ever seem to hear you say anymore. And then he left saying he's not coming back. He's frustrated with losing, and he's not coming back to a hangout until Blake Bortles isn't there back anymore. But, look, I've been a Jags fan all my fucking life. I'm used to this fucking team winning. Everybody is frustrated with losing. Everybody. But the fact of the matter is, this year it's done. What do you expect us to do this year? We're 2-11. It's some sad shit. But the fact of the matter is, dude, you're not looking at everything. Yes, Blake Bortles is underachieving and not playing really good, even though his stats, I think, are kind of misleading, are very misleading to how he's playing, because his stats don't look bad, but it's very misleading to how he's playing. We all know that. Excuse me. But also, you got to look at what's going on around him. The O-line, no running game, and then people want to talk, and then people are still talking up our receiving core, But they're fucking underachieving too, dude. They're really underachieving. But like people will try to say, oh, it's Hal Bortles is throwing the ball. No, it's not. By telling this wobbly pass shit, dude, who gives a fuck? You are a professional fucking wide receiver. If the ball hit, and this is why I lashed out, a little bit in the hangout last night, because it's really fucking irritating that that people will focus on one thing, primarily the quarterback, when there's a whole bunch of different factors going into this shit. And I hate to keep bringing up this play. The last Texans game, Bortles underthrew a ball, and while it was his fault that it wasn't a touchdown, it hit Marquise Lee right in his fucking chest, and it bounced off of it. So it was Bortles' fault it wasn't a touchdown, but at the same time it was Marquise Lee's fault that it wasn't a fucking completion. And it's not. And Marquise Lee's having a hell of a year, so that's really just one instance with him. Look at how many fucking balls have bounced off the fucking chest of Allen Robinson this year. And see, this wobbly pass bullshit is really fucking stupid that people keep saying it. It's like, yo, you're a professional fucking wide receiver. You get paid billions of dollars to catch balls that are not necessarily thrown perfect to you. If it is hitting you in the chest or the hands directly, if it is hitting you here, in your hands, not your foot, because this motherfucker does throw at motherfucker's foot sometimes. If it is hitting you in the fucking chest or your hands, catch the fucking ball. It's that simple. I don't give a fuck if it's wobbly, twisted, or I don't care if it comes at you like a fucking field goal would. Catch the fucking ball. It's that simple. And then the defense. And Rando brought up an interesting point last night. He asked Tekken if we were 12-4 and we had the 4th ranked defense still, and they have gotten no sacks or interceptions, would you fire Todd Wash? Now, if I were to answer this question, no, I wouldn't fire Todd Wash because the team's fucking winning. But right now we're not winning. And even though this defense is ranked 4, 6, whatever the fuck it is, they still could be doing more to win games. Just because they're ranked as the top 10 doesn't mean they're not fucking up. And granted, the only people who seem to be getting sacks on the fucking team are Yannick Ngakoue and Malik Jackson. Nobody else really is seeming to. The one that's really disappointing to me is Dante Fowler. 3rd overall pick, former Florida Gator, who I thought was a fucking monster in college, has not done a fucking thing this year. And it's really fucking irritating. And then, our secondary, while it's played okay, not great, but pretty decent, we're not getting fucking interceptions. One player in our secondary has an interception right now, and that's Deshaun Gibson. And he's not even playing up to standards. The other two, Paul Leslie and Yannick Ngakoue, one's a fucking defensive end. Honestly, the shit is horrible. So, we were 12-4 would be one thing, but we're not. So, the defense, no matter how you want to look at it, isn't doing enough. Neither is the offense, and especially not the goddamn special teams. This special teams unit, with how we're handling kick and punt returns, has to be the worst I've ever seen in my life. I think his name's Matt Mallory or some shit, correct me if I'm wrong. That motherfucker needs to be fired. Like right now, that'd be the only coordinator I think that we should fire. Because I don't even think we should fire Todd Wash. But what we do need to do, no matter who the next head coach is, whether it be Josh McDaniels, Tom Coughlin, or Mike Smith, they need to address this shit with him, because right now the personnel we have on defense is so underutilized, it's fucking scary. Like, we could be throwing Like the type of personnel we have, we could be throwing multiple different looks at teams, like three, 4 looks. We have the personnel to do that shit. And clearly, and honestly, since Dante Fowler is a 3-4 linebacker by trade, that would benefit him a lot more than how he's being utilized now. That's what I was saying. Like, because in many aspects, the team is fucking. In many aspects, the whole team is fucking underachieving. You gotta look at it. You gotta look at everything for what it is. Offense is underachieving, yeah, but so is our defense. Our special teams clearly is. So, I mean, there's a reason this is one of the hardest fucking teams to rep. You gotta endure this shit that we put out all the time, knowing it could be better. That's why I said this is probably the worst year ever to be a fucking Jaguars fan, because it's all there, talent-wise, player-wise, it is all fucking there. But too much underachieving, and we're held back by a shit coaching staff. But the sad part is, it is all fucking there. Few pieces need to fix the O-line, get the running game on, get Bortles to get his head out of his ass, but it is all fucking there. So, like I said, we're probably going to lose a close game to the fucking Texans. Wouldn't surprise me too much if we beat them, but given the way this season's going, it's not going to happen. I don't see us winning another fucking game this year. But, anyways, that's what I got. I'll be on my TV, yelling at it and shit, getting drunk as fuck. But we'll see what happens. I'm still a fan. Still always gonna be here. Do all till we die. It's your boy Jaginoff, and